fettuccine alfredo. It's so... Okay. Hey guys, it's Arianney. Welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of my Ultimate Egypt Travel Guide series, where I'll be giving you recommendations of the must-see, must-do places to eat, and so much more. I'll also be giving you my full 1-week itinerary, so make sure to stay throughout the video. And if you haven't watched part 1 yet, make sure to check that out because I do talk about important things that you will need to know before getting there. I also have 4 vlogs from this trip that you can check out, and it'll help you give a little bit of an idea of what it's like in Egypt. I'll put all the links in the description down below. I'll also have my socials down there if you want to connect. So without further ado, let's begin. To make this video organized, I will divide it by city, so Aswan, Luxor, and Cairo, and I'll categorize the different topics with the timestamps down below so you can easily create and modify your own itinerary depending on the length of your stay and interests. And I'm also going to be looking at my laptop because I have all the information here. So the first is Aswan. This is definitely the most low-key city out of all 3, and when I visited there were barely any tourists, and it's more laid back and chill, less busy, and you can get more of the local experience here. For accommodations, you can stay at Movenpick Resort, which is located on Elephantine Island, and since it is on an island, you would have to take a little ferry to cross over to town. It runs 24/7 for free, but don't forget to tip. There's actually 2 hotels on this resort. One is more cute and traditional, and the other is contemporary and modern. We stayed at both hotels. Make sure to ask for a room with a view of the Nile and the sand dunes, or a view of the Nile and the town. If you go to Abu Simbel, stay at Seti First Abu Simbel Hotel. Our room had a Nubian painting on the wall, and it had a bay window. In the morning, I would immediately go on the balcony and like feel the morning breeze and listen to the palm trees swaying and the birds chirping. It was really nice and very relaxing. So here are the things that you can do in Aswan. First is take a boat ride to the Nubian village 1 or 2 hours before sunset, and during this boat ride you'll be passing a natural reserve which is inhabited by many different species of birds. This is the perfect time to relax and take it all in. Do some bird watching and admire the scenery. You'll see temples on top of the sand dunes and the camels along the little beach, the cute little restaurants. This was actually the first activity that I did, and I was so in awe that I was on the Nile River. I had to put my hand out and touch the water to know that it was real and I was actually there. It was great. And I had a little moment, you know? And once you see the vibrant colored houses and buildings, you'll know that you are there at the Nubian village. Located on the west bank of the Nile is the Nubian village of Garb Sohey. I think that's how you pronounce it. This small colorful town is inhabited by the Nubians, an ethnic group native to southern Egypt and northern Sudan. Their history is as old as ancient Egypt's. They speak their own language and have their own customs and traditions. Walk around, take pictures of the vibrant colored and art-filled town, stroll through the market and shop for some local crafts and trinkets, authentic Nubian food, and local spices. Stop by the textile shop where you can watch how they operate a weaving loom. As you stroll through the village, you'll notice mummified crocodiles hanging above the doors of some houses. They believed it as a totem of protection. Many of the locals domesticated the crocodiles, and you can actually pet or hold one of the crocs at the guest house. Just ask the locals where it's located. Okay, this is a must. You have to see the Abu Simbel temples. So it's an hour, nope, it's not an hour. It's a 3.5-hour drive from Aswan. One temple is dedicated to Ramses II, and the other is dedicated to his favorite wife, Nefertari. By the way, you should have a guide with you at all the historical sites I will be mentioning, so you understand the history behind it and Most of them are very interesting, like Ramses the Great. Don't forget to take a picture with the Ankh, which is the key of life. You can do the sounds and lights show at night, but personally it's not really a must-do activity. Philae Temple is also a must. So the Temple of Isis at Philae is dedicated to the gods Isis, Osiris, and Horus, and can only be accessed by boat. Not only is this historical site picturesque with its Greco-Roman architecture, but it's also a nice place to relax and have some snacks. Oh, and if you're visiting Egypt soon, you might run into these little furries. They're so cute. But they're scared of humans, which is understandable, but just wanted to let you know that there's a lot of kittens running around Egypt. So I didn't get to do this, but you could definitely add it on your itinerary. At sunrise or a few hours before sunset, you should take a ferry to the west side of the Nile, like across Movenpick Hotel, and hike up the dunes to Kubet El Hawa and the monastery of Saint Simeon. I believe you have to pay around 40 Egyptian pounds for the entrance. You should go with a guide to tell you more about this place, but if not, that's fine too. So it's a good little hike. Once you reach the top, you'll get a panorama view of the city, the river, the sand dunes. It's a hidden gem that not a lot of tourists visit, so check that out. Let me know how it is. And while you're there, you can also visit the botanical gardens. It's literally down the dunes. Like across? Or was it on the side? It's a ferry ride away, unless you can walk to it. I'm not sure about that. Not a must, but you can visit the Aswan High Dam, which was built to increase the agricultural production and the amount of hydroelectric power and to help regulate the Nile floods. And right next to it is the monument of Arab-Soviet friendship. Looks like the lotus flower, which was built to celebrate the Soviet-Egypt friendship between the nations. Next is the unfinished obelisk. It's the largest known ancient obelisk that was ordered to be built by Queen Hatshepsut, but was abandoned when cracks formed in the granite. Another thing you can do is walk around town at the old souks local market. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ladies, make sure you're with a guy or a group of friends. Like I mentioned in part 1, it's risky for solo female travelers. And lastly, definitely go on a sunrise or sunset sail down the Nile River on a felucca. I would suggest doing this in Aswan and not in Luxor and Cairo. I don't know, I like the view in Aswan more than Luxor and Cairo. Check out Orangery restaurant in Movenpick Hotel. Let me tell you, the fettuccine alfredo was chef's kiss. No, trust me, like, get it. At night, grab a drink at the Panorama restaurant and bar, which is also located in the Movenpick Hotel. You have to do a breakfast buffet at Elephantine restaurant. They have indoor and outdoor seating that's overlooking the Nile River and the sand dunes, so it's a really nice breakfast with a view option. So in Aswan, I tried the kashari, which is an Egyptian dish that consists of pasta, rice, and brown lentils, chickpeas, and topped with tomato sauce and garlic vinegar. Where I tried it, it was at Koshari El Safwa. When you're in Abu Simbel, try the Egyptian pizza. So we played it safe and got chicken, sausage, and margarita from the little pizza shop. It's like a drive away from City First Hotel. It's near Sobek Restaurant, so if you look up Sobek Restaurant on Google Maps, go there and find the pizza shop. I have no idea what the place is called, but it's there and I really like it. I didn't really like the margarita. It didn't taste like margarita at all. It tasted more like cheese pizza. But the rest, like chicken, sausage, beef, get it. If you get offered dome fruit juice or hibiscus tea when checking in at a hotel, or if you're shopping at a store, definitely accept it because it's really refreshing. It's so good. Now here are my Luxor recommendations. We stayed at Hilton Luxor Resorts and Spa. This hotel is literally everything. The pool, the bar, the view, the gigantic bed hammock. I miss it. So worth the price. Okay, the room is all right. Everything else, like the amenities, the service, excellent. the room was alright. Well, my room. I don't know about the other rooms. I didn't like go around and check each hotel room, you know what I'm saying? Both nights we watched the sun go down behind the Valley of Kings. Okay, that was my favorite part, having that view in the background and just on that hammock. It was so peaceful and beautiful. Such a good experience. And when you book the room, make sure that you ask for a room with a pool view. Not the garden view, pool view. If there is one thing that I recommend you doing in Luxor, that would be going on a hot air balloon ride in the West Bank for sunrise. I still can't believe I got to experience this. It was definitely on my bucket list. I highly suggest you doing this. And keep in mind that you get picked up around 3:30. It's a little chilly in the morning, so layer up. It definitely gets warmer once you're on the hot air balloon because, you know, the fire. But layer. Sleep early or don't sleep at all. Good luck. Visit Valley of the Kings. This is where you'll find the tombs of many pharaohs and powerful nobles. There are still plenty of undiscovered tombs. That's why to this day you will see people excavating on the site. Also, if you pay an extra fee, you will get to see King Tut's mummy still laying in his tomb, which I thought was so cool. You can also check out Queen Hatshepsut's temple. She was known to be one of the most successful women ever to rule Egypt. Karnak Temple and Avenue of the Sphinx is next on the list. It's the largest temple complex in Egypt dedicated to the 3 Egyptian gods. I highly suggest coming here early to beat the crowds, and don't forget to walk around the scarab statue for good fortune. There's also Luxor Temple. This temple was constructed over the years by different pharaohs like Amenhotep III, Ramses II, and King Tut. Personally, if time is limited, I would skip this and go to Karnak Temple instead. And lastly, do something local and explore the city, explore the downtown. They have shops there, lots of food. El Hussein restaurant is a nice place to eat at. They have traditional Egyptian dishes. I got the lentil soup and it was really good. My cousin's favorite was the mint lemonade tea that they served. So try those out. Let me know what you think. In the hotel, they have a restaurant called Rosetta. You have to eat the breakfast and dinner there at least once. It was buffet style, but you can also ask the chef to cook something up for you. He made us molokhia with chicken. So molokhia is a green soup made from minced jute or jute mallow leaves. It's slimy, but I liked it, especially with the chicken. Outside by the pool, you can go to Diwan, which is a shisha cafe. They serve Arabian tea, Turkish coffee, and of course, shisha. So if you want like a chill, relaxed night, and if you're with a group of people or a significant other, go try that out. You can also sip some cool drinks at the Siwa Oasis pool bar. Shout out to Marina. She works there. She was super nice and she served us like the coolest drinks. It was colorful and it tasted good. On the way to the airport, you'll pass a little sugarcane juice shop. We stopped by to get a drink before we went to the airport, and it was refreshing. I liked it. Last but not least is Cairo. We stayed at the Instagram famous Marriott Mina house. To get a room with a view of the pyramids, you do have to pay a little extra. Okay, maybe a lot extra, but we did it for the experience. But there are definitely other accommodation alternatives like hostels. Some hostels do have a room with a view of the pyramids, so definitely do your research on Hostel World. Of course, the pyramids of Giza is a must. Go inside one of the pyramids, but be warned, you might not want to do this if you are claustrophobic. You have to walk through a very tight tunnel, so just keep that in mind. You can ride a camel, but just know that the owners mistreat them. Yes, I did ride on one, and yes, I did feel bad. You can also watch the sounds and light show that is displayed at night. I like that more than the Abu Simbel light show. So if you're thinking about doing one, do the pyramids. You can visit more ancient burial grounds at Saqqara Necropolis. Look for the peephole where you'll be able to see a seated statue of King Djoser. That's just the plaster copy. The real one is in the Egyptian Museum. The Hanging Church is one of the oldest churches in Egypt. It's called the Hanging Church because it is built on top of a fortress and the nave of the church is suspended over a passageway. It is believed that the Abu Surga Church is where the Holy Family sought refuge after fleeing Israel from King Herod. You'll be able to see the well where they drank from, the stones they walked on, and the actual cave they took shelter in. Another thing you can do is visit the Mosque of Muhammad Ali, located in Citadel of Salah al-Din. Before you go inside the mosque, you'll be asked to remove your shoes. If you want, they can give you shoe covers for an extra fee. I've never been inside a mosque, so it was nice to check out and learn more about the mosque and learn a little bit more of the Muslim tradition. Okay, get your bargaining game on at Khan al-Khalili market. Remember what I said in my last video, don't pay what they ask for. Always cut the price in half to start, or a little more than half. Lastly, for all you history nerds, you have to go to the Egyptian Museum. Here you'll find some of the artifacts that were found, like King Tut's treasures. Also, I say some because most of the artifacts have already been moved to the new Grand Egyptian Museum that is expected to open in November 2022. So that if you're there in November, go check it out. One of the things that I miss about Cairo is eating breakfast at our hotel. I don't think I'd ever get used to the view of the pyramids while I eat my Nutella strawberry mango crepe. I was living the life back then. They also had a pure honeycomb hanging in a wooden box. I've never seen that in a restaurant before, so I thought that was super neat. One of the best Indian foods that I've ever tried is in Marriott Mina. It's called the Mogul Room. Try the butter chicken and the saffron rice. You will not be disappointed. Another thing that you have to try in Egypt or in Cairo is the mixed grill. So it's like barbecue of chicken, beef, lamb, some like vegetables, and it's served with baba ganoush, tahina. Try it. Lastly, catch the sunset and have dinner at Ziyara Restaurant. It's a rooftop restaurant located in Khan al-Khalili. I think it's in a hotel or a hostel, I'm not entirely sure. They serve Egyptian cuisine here and they have really good views of the city. For those of you who have stayed throughout this video, here is my full 1 week itinerary. You can just screenshot it, and like I said, it can easily be modified depending on your needs, depending on your length of your stay, etc, etc. You're welcome. Here are some things that you can add on your itinerary. I didn't get to do this, but if I were to go to Egypt again, I would do this. So book a Nile cruise. It only runs on a certain days of the week. It's not a show up and book on the day kind of deal, so book ahead of time. And Nile cruises run from Luxor to Aswan or vice versa. If you want to book a cruise, check your cruise days, times, and prices before you plan anything else. And if you plan on driving from Luxor to Aswan or vice versa, grab some snacks at a local shop. When we were going to Luxor from Aswan, we got some Taus, Ronnie float juice, Lay's chips. They have different flavors. We got kebab. Like I mentioned in my previous video, buy souvenirs that you can't get back home. So galabeya, papyrus, cartouche, gold, spices, hibiscus tea, Turkish coffee, pashmina. I got my papyrus at the Key of Life papyrus shop, and my gold cartouche from Topaz Bazaar in Cairo. As for transportation, they have Ubers there as well as taxis. You can also book with a travel company and they can provide transportation for your stay there, or you can rent a car, which I don't really recommend because the driving is hectic and the traffic is crazy. When's the best time to visit Egypt? Weather-wise, the best time to go is around November to February. Weather is usually around the high 60s to 70s. However, this is peak season, so there will be a lot of tourists. And you know I love my nightlife, but I didn't get to go out anywhere. However, I heard there's many bars, cafes, pubs, and karaoke bars located in Zamalek, which is a district in West Cairo. And also note that you shouldn't drink on the streets because you'll either get fined or I don't know if you'll go to jail, but just in case, don't drink on the streets. Yeah, that's all I have for you. Those are my tips, my recommendations. If you have any questions, please just comment below or message me directly. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. And I will be making another video of what to wear or what to pack, especially for females. So stay tuned. Please show some love, share this video, comment, like, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye. Have a good day.